Okay, Tory Hill, that away. Jesus Christ, what's this guy doing? So, Jeff and I, we're each not at work today. Heading into Tory Hill and then just north to Gibson Road. There's a bit of snow on the ground, so we're hoping our side of the hill is clear. We're going right up the 118 here, Tory Hill. Gibson Road turn off again. Just back that away is the famous 507, Highway 507 Scapolite road cut. And the deal with the Scapolite is, you know a Scapolite from an amphibole quite easily by the fact that it's a square pillar usually coming up. That usually is what makes it quite easy to recognize a Scapolite. And they often come, sometimes they're a little bit opaque, but they exist on a continuum. And there's us thinking the road might be snowed in. Looks like we can drive, I think, I hope. Probably need the four-wheel drive here. Looks kind of rough. Yeah, just hit a washout here. Kind of ditched myself for a second. Let's hope we can get out of this. Yeah, we had to dig a bit to get out. Finally back out. I don't know if I should keep going, but let's see what happens. So we piled sticks into the washout on the road here, hoping we can get through. Just gonna kind of be in front there and guide me through. Here goes for a rock hounding disaster. See what we can manage here. See, I went in on the right there, so I'm gonna try and pile. See my sticks where I piled them. This point, kind of gun it. Ooh, there. Yeah, there we are. Rock hounding goes on. Common sense, I think, has prevailed. I hope it's prevailed. We brought the car back out. We're going to walk in. It's only about 1 kilometer, no big deal. So we're definitely the first rock hounds of the season here at Titanite Hill, also known as the Gibson property. Now, I guess the replacement for Bear Lake. Some heavy duty calcite down here. Just some really jammy apatite. So here's a technique from the Bear Lake area, just brought along a pole that we're going to just kind of tap along with and try and locate fissures on the hillside. Nope. Oh. Nope. 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 There we go. Got ourselves a fissure there. So Jeff's using his poker there to establish the dimensions of the fissure. Any prospects? No. There we go. There's a nice little crystal. So after kind of wandering quite a bit around on the hills here, I finally found a spot here. I'm probably about shoulder deep in a hole. I mean, the whole point here is you got to find a fissure that's untouched and not being dug over by other people. And I believe I found such a fissure, and I'm beginning to unearth apatite, but I'm digging with my hands because I don't know if you can see that. There we go. I know it's a bit of a mess, but the point of the matter is it was protruding from a crevice deeper down. So I don't know if you can see that. That crevice there is where the apatite is, and I found I can feel a bit more with my fingers. It's like a smooth, shiny kind of feeling with the tips of your fingers, so you know there's more in there. Means this is untouched. What I'm really wanting is to find some Titanite, but you know, it is what it is. It's either here or it's not. I'm just going to keep enlarging the hole. Again, Titanite Hill, you can see it. I'll just kind of show it around here. Beautiful spot. All these sort of depressions and so forth, sometimes they represent where people have been digging. Usually you'll find rocks piled next to a digging hole. Other times it's actually a fissure of some type. So this is probably one of the better areas right now in Ontario that's easily accessible for people. Titanite Hill. I'm starting to find some wall rocks now, which is the next progression in this dig, meaning I'm down low and all the crystals encrusted on the walls are basically kind of cleaving into the digging area. They're not doubly terminated, but once they get down to the point where they're doubly terminated, in other words crystals that formed in the middle of whatever melt it was, probably a calcite melt or something, that's really where I'm going for, because the wall rocks usually, as much as it's neat to find a plate of them, it's only on one side. Usually like amphibole, feldspars, you know, appetites, things like that. So I'm starting to find that stuff, and I can feel it on the wall as well, down at pretty well the limit of my reach at this time. Pretty well every piece that comes up now, like every handful, has crystals in it, which says I'm reaching the sort of sediment sort of layer. You can feel crunchy bits and pieces in there, crystals of all sorts. I guess I have to dig really, really carefully with my hands so as not to break anything that may be doubly terminated. Here's a sure sign of a good fisher. Look at this, sunk it all the way down. Look at that. Find any good stuff there? So this is just an example of the wall rock. Look at the size of that crystal, eh? Look at that. Looks like it's a tetragonal, maybe in shape. Maybe a pyroxenite. Hard to say. But anyway, I've just knocked that off. You just get a kind of an example of, you know, what to expect lower down with the crystals that you would find floating loose. Whether I'll get there in time, that's a whole different ball game. I can hear the thundering starting up. I'm pretty tired. We're here for 2 nights, so maybe we'll come back tomorrow, or maybe we'll head up to a quartz location. We'll see. Now that I got a bit better access, I'm starting to find various crystals, maybe an amphibole. Wash it up and see what I get. There's a real nice one. Jeff's just found that. Kind of looks like a Titanite, but it could be just some crystals twinned up there as well. Really not sure. Good job, Jeff.
Thank you.
Where was that? The hole you've been digging, or?
Nope, different one.
Just down there, eh?
New hole.
Okay, thanks, buddy. What's the odds of making it back to the car? I think almost nil, before we get just dumped on by the storm that's coming. Just looking ominous. Come on, Jeff. This guy, like a human mole. I wouldn't mind coming back tomorrow, to be honest. I'm starting to find some interesting stuff. Let's go, my man. This right here is the reason why we're going to be soaking wet shortly. Oh, he's got a raincoat.
No.
Well,
It's nice.
At least we haven't been struck by lightning yet, eh, brother? So we coming back tomorrow?
I think so.
Yeah. Let's get out of here before we get hit. Hold the lightning rod up. Hold the rod up. There we go. Keeps it away from me. Yeah, you can't even see Jeff ahead. It's kind of weird, eh? It's like lightning and thunder. We're walking in the snow. We got mist going on. Kind of reminds me a little bit about like when I was in Tulum a couple of years back. Had this just incredible lightning storm bursting across the Caribbean, and we were just in this little hut.
Awesome.
Kind of on the beach. Just phenomenal, just beautiful. I'm going to try to put up a little picture here, maybe you can see it. Back to another day of digging on the Titanite Hill. Spent the night here in Peterborough at the Comfort Inn. Great spot, free breakfast, nice and clean, unlimited hot water. It's got everything going for it. I highly recommend it. One of the bonuses, Jeff, hey Jeff, morning. You got a Kelsey's attached to it. Great amazing meal at Cagney's or Kelsey's. Okay, closer inspection. You can see the shininess. It's sorry. It's definitely Titanite. Sorry, I'm not going to hurt it, man. Relax. You can see the shininess. The high luster says it's Titanite. It's not a twin crystal. Just look that way ever so slightly. So far, I haven't been hugely successful, but the way it kind of works, there's a little Titanite that I found. You can just see kind of the chisel head there. It's kind of a stubby little Titanite. The way it works is basically you're inside a calcite vein. At least I'm following downwards along a calcite vein. The calcite dissolves. All the crystals inside the calcite drop out, and they all kind of tumble down through the earth over millions of years until they finally reach a point where they jam up in a narrow constriction, or they sit onto a shelf, or the fissure just comes to an end, and that's where you find all your crystals. What I'm finding right now, I'm just near the top of the fissure, I suspect, and I'm just finding the odd little straggler that's dropped out over the last, say, million years, as opposed to 100 million years or something like that. So, yeah, see what else comes. You want to imagine it like underground rivers in the dirt, you know, with the calcite where the surface, you know, where there's a drop-off and like a little dip. The minerals will pool and gather there because it stops their downward slide with gravity. Jeff's got he's hit an apatite pocket there. real nice ones on the trench wall, but I'm running out of batteries. Don't know how long this is going to last. Yeah, look what he got out. Beautiful piece of apatite. I just found a nice little Titanite, I believe. Top of it. Good job, Jeff. Well, too bad I'm running out of batteries. Here we are, man. This is the find of the day. Beautiful, beautiful apatite that Jeff has found.
The apatite was right underneath the tree root.
You figure there's more?
Oh, keep digging.
Keep digging? Okay, well there it is, guys. Here's the spot. I don't know, how do you figure out where it is? It's up from there and down from there, and this is it. Beautiful face of apatites. Just keep digging underneath these tree roots. That whole area there will have apatites, just like I showed you.
I just want to take that home.
Yeah, yeah. So that's it, guys. End of show. Stay tuned and check out the new book. It's almost ready right there. Check it out. Boom. Kind of ironic that through the windows of a trashed car you can just see the spot where my car had its incident and almost ended up seriously into the ditch. So anyway, I guess this guy was a little less lucky than me. Good thing I kept the car down there this time around. I mean, this is one day of melt. I don't think I would have been getting through that with the car.